we're live. I'm just winging it and praying on it. But we are live for episode number 18 of Boxed In with Friends. That's crazy, unbelievable. I hear somebody echoing.
Don't. It's fine.
Okay. You're like, don't. Yeah, it's our 18th episode. I'm here with Kyle O'Neill, Nick Crestwood, Caitlin Shea, Jacob Russell, Kate Holmes. Andy is still in the process of moving into her house, so she couldn't be here, but she's here in spirit. Up tonight, we have Margaret Edwartowski of the Planet Anna home team, head of the Planet Anna home team, and Y Art. She's going to stop by and talk about her new show, which sounds pretty exciting. And then later, the band Broadway Calls. This is going to be our first full band playing on the show, so we'll see how that goes. It should be interesting. But let's get things started off with a hot topic. And who doesn't like to talk about pieces of shit or alleged pieces of shit? Warner Brothers, or Caitlin, why don't you talk about it? Warner Brothers is going into or Warner is doing an investigation into Ellen DeGeneres. What's that about?
Yes, they are doing an investigation. They're going to interview past and current employees to find out what their workplace environment was like working on the Ellen show, because there have been multiple articles and allegations about them having a toxic and racist work environment.
And I don't know about you, I've heard stuff for years about Ellen being a very not nice person.
Yeah.
Anyone want to share a favorite story?
She follows me on Twitter.
Does she really?
Yeah. Well, I think she follows a lot of people on Twitter.
I don't care. That's still something.
But I feel like an intern or something were like that listened to like punk and stuff, but like worked for her and was running the Twitter account, because my band was all driving in our van one day. We just all got notifications that Ellen was following us, and then like other people that we were friends with got it too. So she's okay in my book. Don't talk shit.
I've got a favorite story about Ellen. Remember when she tweeted herself at some baseball game with George Bush Jr.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep, laughing it up. My favorite Ellen story, well, this is a recent one. Ellen has a ton of money. She gets like, I think, in excess of $30 million a year or something like that to do that show. And when the show during COVID, when they started shooting at home, instead of like paying her crew, she hired a different crew to shoot the show at her house. That's crappy. And I've just heard like a lot of things about her being mean. Like, to me, one thing that's indicative is like anyone I know that is really into doing pranks, like she has like a real obsession with like scaring people. Like, I don't know if they're even pranks. They're just like walking up to people and scaring them. And she's like, it's a prank.
It's such a hard thing too, because she's like such a practice, like, be kind to one another and like all of that. And like, it's really a bummer when that's like the platform you're using to preach that, and then you're not practicing it.
Right. And you get wet from scaring people.
But who doesn't get wet from scaring people?
What?
Caitlin. Oh my God. Well, I think we have Ellen's replacement waiting in the wings here. Also, there's if you haven't seen it, look up like Ellen DeGeneres and Dakota Johnson, where Dakota Johnson gets right in her face and like makes it so awkward on the show. It's brilliant. It's like So Ellen's like, Dakota Johnson's having, she said, I had this big party or birthday party or something. And Ellen's like, I wasn't invited. And the audience is like, and Dakota Johnson's like, actually you were, and you were, and she's like getting in her face, and she's like, apparently that's like a thing where she's like demands to be invited places and then never shows up. But I was like, wow, that's, but also to say Ellen has had a very difficult life, growing up as a gay, or coming up as a gay comic in the scene or closeted comic at one point. And then she also had like a girlfriend that like died like right before she went on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Yeah, but it's like that's when you should like use. That's like when you should like maybe like reevaluate and be like, I'm getting this like second chance. Don't be a shithead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was in the same room as George Bush once.
Gross.
Oh, that's right. He was reading you. Really?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. No.
Tell the story, Jake.
So the school. So I went to a school called Cornerstone in Detroit, and it was founded. It was founded by this Republican guy, and so a lot of some like big Republican politicians came to our school. Dan Quayle came to our school in like the mid '90s or whatever, and George W. He came to my school in like 2000, like leading like during the 2000 election. Like he came to our school. Him and John England or whatever his name is, John Engler. I don't remember his name. The guy,
That's it.
I don't remember his name, but
John Engler.
Governor.
John Engler. Yeah, he was there. Yeah, but he came to our school and spoke and stuff, and you know, I didn't really give a shit. You know, sit there, but whatever. Yeah.
Kyle, yours is famous because I think George, he was reading you a story, right, on 9/11.
Yeah, I was in the Florida classroom. Yeah, my childhood there. No, but I. So when what that I was a little older during 9/11. I was like more part of it. But
wait, you were part of 9/11?
Well, I don't want to say anything online, but when Mike Ilitch died, of Little Caesars fame, Red Wings Tigers owner,
yeah.
My girlfriend at the time was working for the Ilitch family, and so we got invited to the celebration of life at the Fox Theater for Mike Ilitch, and there's like all these speakers, and it was like Mickey Redmond from the Red Wings announcer, and like a bunch of Red Wings players, the CEO of like Little Caesars, like all these people. And then all of a sudden the announcer was like, and everyone give it up for the 43rd president of the United States, George W. Bush. And then George W. Bush walked out, and he was just like, man, this guy was crazy. Like that was his like anecdote. And it was like really dumb, and he said nothing. But then he was like greeting people in the theater, and I saw him, and I was like, I need to go talk to him. And my girlfriend would not let me because she knew I was going to talk to him about 9/11.
Oh my God!
It's like, does jet fuel melt hot and out pizzas? I don't know.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend was a coward then at the time.
Yeah, she was a cop.
Oh shit!
Nick stands by his statement.
Yeah.
So, Caitlin, going back to the Ellen thing, wasn't there also issues with like black employees on the set of the show?
Yeah, that from what I have heard from like I haven't like done a lot of digging because it makes me angry, but I do know that according to a couple people that are involved in writing on shows, had made comments about how there was a female black employee that came in with a certain hairstyle that apparently another black employee had, and someone made a comment about how they weren't going to be able to tell them apart, and nobody corrected them, and just stupid. And obviously, if people don't stand up for that in the workplace, that's coming from the top, trickle down. So it sucks.
So, show of hands, how many of you believe the allegations against Ellen are true?
I tend to like to believe allegations.
Yeah.
It is also part of American society where we love to see people torn down after they're built up.
I mean, that is an issue, and like, sometimes they're not true, but
But if they're jerks, I don't care.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's like been constant rumors too about her being like horrible to Portia, like over the years, and like not being nice.
Portia, who's Portia?
Portia de Rossi, that's who Ellen's married to. She was on like Arrested Development, and wasn't she on
Ally McBeal?
Ally McBeal.
I'm ashamed to admit I know that.
I thought you were talking about her car. Like she's just running that. Am I right?
Oh, bravery.
I thought you were talking about Martini and Rossi.
You know what? I was thinking about you said the two ladies had the same hairstyle. I said you won't be able to tell them apart. I felt bad. But then I'll be a hypocrite because yesterday I was watching I was watching Rush Hour 2, and it was a fight scene, and they were Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan fighting a bunch of Asian guys, and Chris Tucker made a mistake and punched Jackie Chan. He was like, "Oh, y'all look alike," or whatever. So it was like, and it was racist as fuck, but I laughed.
Yeah, cuts both ways.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's justified when you fighting a bunch of guys and you made a mistake and punch them. Like, my bad, man. Y'all all look alike. Like, I don't know.
I know.
Might be justified. I don't know.
If you're at the punching stage, I guess racism is not too far behind. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't got time to be sensitive to racism if you're in a fight. I don't know.
Go ahead, Kate.
I was just gonna say that there's not many movies from that era aged well.
Yeah.
Like Doug and I have been watching a lot of movies from like the early mid 90s.
Feeling nostalgic.
And it's just like we watched Liar Liar the other night just because we had nothing else to do, and it just the jokes do not age well.
Hey, the claw never gets old.
No, the claw never gets old.
The claw never gets old.
But like him standing in a boardroom calling a woman that he had sex with a slut in front of everyone, and everyone like, yeah, she is. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that part probably didn't age well.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're feeling nostalgic.
Mm-hmm. I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
second hot topic, the coronavirus as it applies to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is the only one of the major sports that hasn't established a bubble for restarting games, and they've just had an outbreak.
14.
Mm-hmm.
14 motherfuckers.
America's pastime, baby.
Yeah, it's I would say of all the leagues, they are definitely the Make America Great Again league.
Mm-hmm.
Though, which is surprising to see that they've had like entire teams kneeling before games. I never thought I would see that happen.
Yeah, which is amazing, and all these people are upset that that they're kneeling because they're millionaires and they don't know what it's like to be oppressed because no one can fathom doing something for someone else besides themselves. But
that really is the messed up thing about what's going on, is that there are millionaires that are being oppressed.
Right.
If you're black in America, money is not money doesn't protect you. It protects you from some things, but not all things.
Right.
I had a friend. My friend was my friend A Will. Shout out to A Will. He ain't watching.
Shout out.
He never watches. I don't know why I shouted him out. But shout out to you wherever you are. He's somewhere hustling, doing some bullshit. Anyway, I was talking to him like a few weeks ago, talking about how I got like profiled and police fucked with me and put their hands on me before, and he couldn't really fathom that. He was like Jake, like, I can't believe you, like you not a street dude at all. Like, why are you getting fucked with by police or whatever? I'm like, because I was like, nigga, I'm black. That's why I'm getting fucked with by police. Like, I don't understand, like, just cause like I ain't from the hood, that means I'm not gonna get fucked with. I'm get fucked with all the time.
Yeah.
When I lived in Detroit, I got fucked with. When I living out here, I got fucked with. I got fucked with today. Just walking to CVS today, I got fucked with. So it always happens. So yeah, the money, your zip code, none of that bullshit saves you. Nothing saves you. Only thing that saves you is being white in this country. That's the only thing.
Do you guys plan to watch those of you that you are into sports, like watch like the bubble sports and things like that?
I will be partaking in hockey. It starts tomorrow.
Minus Red Wings.
I'm very no Red Wings, but I'm excited for hockey.
Do people actually enjoy baseball? It always seemed like I'm no sports fan, but what a dull
I got
game
into it
to
for
watch.
I
couldn't think of anything I'd rather not do.
I got into it for like a second when they were doing really well, like 5-6 years ago, whenever that was, with like Max Scherzer and Verlander.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was only because the Red Wings got out of the playoffs so early that I was like jonesing for something competitive to watch. But it didn't last long because it's so boring to me.
Yeah, I think I don't mind going to the games, but games. And like I would watch when the World Series that the Tigers lost in, but that was exciting at least. But I think overall I don't care and it's boring.
Yeah.
but hockey I'm obsessed with, and it's my happy spot.
Well, yeah, I think that so many people I talk to that say they're baseball fans are just like they love going out. They're like, yeah, it's great. I think they just like being outdoors, you know. And like if you go to a Tigers game, you see so many people just wandering the concourse or just not paying any attention to the game. And I hate that. I'm like, if I go to a game, I pay attention. I'm like, I want to see what's going on. But I just feel it's just like a place to like hang out. It's like almost like the mall for adults.
Yeah, for day drinkers.
Yeah.
Jake, what were you gonna say?
The whole, just the whole outbreak thing. It's just why are they playing? Why is anybody doing anything right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, well, wow. Like they shouldn't even be even entertaining the idea, let alone actually playing. Like what? Like it's not safe out there at all. Like we don't have a vaccine. We're not even close to having one. Why the fuck are we doing this? Mm-hmm. Why are they talking about opening up the schools? Why are they talking about doing anything? This is all fucking stupid.
Well, it's like, oh, movie theaters that you sit in for 2 hours, we can't be in. But kids, they sit in a classroom for 8 hours, and that's A-okay.
Yeah, but only 1% of children will die, that's only like 34,000 kids.
Totally acceptable.
Like there's plenty of other kids.
Yeah.
I haven't been following basketball too much, but I mean, they're also doing the bubble. I don't know how many arenas are they traveling? Jake, do you know if they're traveling to are they doing like set bubble stadiums or?
I really don't know.
It's all Orlando based, and I think it's all in one stadium. I think I might be wrong.
Okay,
but they're a better state
because hockey's only in two places, and they're both in Canada because we don't have it together here.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that Canada wouldn't let the Blue Jays play in Canada, like if they're so they had to play in like Buffalo. So
it shows you how Canada has so much more sense on us.
Yeah, like they're like, if you guys are going to be traveling, like you can't come to Canada.
Their schools are way better too, and their healthcare system.
13th grade, yo.
Mm-hmm. That's an optional grade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard because it's like all these all these sports are coming back, but like people aren't gonna get like as of right now, the unemployment's gonna stop at the end of July, but sports are gonna start. So I don't know. It's a weird thing that's the priority.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what my priority is. It's our next guest.
Oh,
let's bring her on. She
is transition, Tony.
Thank you. She is the head of the Planet Ann home team. You know her from Y Arts, the Detroit Creativity Project. Her name is Margaret Edwartowski, and she's launching a new show soon. And she's been nice enough to drop by and talk about it. Welcome, Margaret.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks
no problem.
I got this new light. Oh, that's better.
Oh, okay, yeah. Soft glow.
Oh, you got
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Did it rain by you? I feel like it's going to rain all day, and it hasn't.
No. It felt like it was about to, but I was obsessed watching before with all the cool T-shirts.
Oh, yeah. I think we all put on our Sunday best for you.
Yeah. We did. I just watched The Own Eaters the other day.
Oh, God. Such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
And, of course, the Improv Project.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that, what you've been doing through Y Arts and over the summer. I know you've been having like online camps and things like that.
Yeah. Well, our very close partner is Detroit Creativity Project, and we work together on pretty much everything we do. So we have since 2012 been doing the Improv Project. We're not in schools right now, but we have been doing free improv classes in schools in Detroit and outlying areas. But thanks to DCP, we made a huge pivot to online classes. And so there's both, on YouTube, if you go to the Improv Project, there's a bunch of pre-recorded videos with lessons, but then we also do interactive classes. And part of what we're doing right now this summer is we've had at Y Arts, we've had a media camp 2008 with teens. And so we sort of worked with DCP. And so in the morning they do, well, it's like 10 to 1, right? So they do improv and then they do media arts. And that's part of their summer internship through the Grow Detroit's Young Talent program. So it's like a job. And then they get mentorship from like professional media artists in the area too. So it's a really
That's cool.
Yeah.
How radically has it changed from doing it online this year versus how you've done it in the past?
Well, it's interesting because, and these kids are always like my kind of kids, because like today's big discovery was somebody mentioned Hugh McCon, and then they were all like super jazzed. And so, they're like the perfect kind of like media geek kids.
That's Detroit's like anime convention for people that don't know. Yeah.
And so we were talking about, oh, well, next time it comes around, we'll all go. And it was like, that could be the first time I meet any of these kids in person.
Oh, wow.
3 days a week. So it's interesting. Yeah. And they don't always put on their cameras. So some of them I don't really know what they look like.
Oh, really? You don't require it? You just said they just want to leave the camera off. Just leave it off.
I mean, when they're in improv class, I think it's encouraged. But think about being a teenager in this and like things that you're self-conscious about, either yourself or your bedroom or whatever. I don't know.
Jake got a new mattress, by the way. Shout out to Jake's mattress.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
in the box.
There you go. I need
beauty rest, old school.
A longer sheet for it, but yeah. Very comfy. Beauty rest, boy.
Nice. There's one other little film project that I wanted to tell you guys about.
Sure.
I think everybody could be involved. This is our second year doing the Detroit Cannes Film Festival. Cannes, C-A-N, like play off.
Yeah, you don't want to get
You can film, but it's like France. But it's a 10-second film festival, and this year we're taking adult submissions, not just kids. So and the theme is what really matters now. So you make a 10-second film on your phone or tablet or whatever and turn it in, and the prize for adults is $250. For kids it's $500 and a scholarship to Interlock. So we'll do an online festival in October.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How dark can we go though? If it's for kids.
I mean, it's through the Y. So
because the question like just instantly makes me feel I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
What matters now, Kate?
Yeah.
If you're really interested, we've been posting a lot of those because we start with photography with these kids, and we've been posting a lot of their photos on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, just Y Arts Detroit. And like there've been some gut punchers. Like we were just like showing emotion, and this girl like had her little 10-year-old brother like up against the door, like let me out of quarantine, is his emotion. And we're like,
I saw that. Yeah. How do you think kids are dealing with this overall? Because you're interacting with them probably a lot more than the rest of us, except for Kate, who has two lovely children.
She is a child.
I have a child. As well.
They've been creating videos.
They made movies.
But
I meant just kids that you haven't created.
One's from outside of my womb.
Yeah. Utero adjacent.
Okay. Actually, I think every time I work with teens, I feel stupid for being surprised at how just like in tune they are, and how they always are smarter than I give them credit for, and they always are sort of more creative than I give them credit for. So, when we led into this thing, I was like nervous about bringing up the subject too much, but they bring it up because they're living it,
Yeah.
And they know how to filter it into creativity much better than you expect. So
yeah, it just seems like I can't imagine being a kid or a teenager during all this. It's hard enough being an adult.
My kid just keeps saying, when we're free, then we can go to the splash park or whatever. When we're free is like a post-COVID.
Oh man.
So when we're free, can we go to Splash Village?
Oh, that's
now you've been doing improv far longer than any of us. So how has it been for you being away from it? Like, have you ever had like a big break from improv?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was gonna say, my big break from everything was working the cruise ships, but that was doing improv.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I took a decent sized break when I had my son. which would have been, 6 months or something.
Yeah.
But I'm the wrong person to ask that because I was kind of like fried on the whole thing. So don't get super
fair.
sad about missing it. Like that was the thing in the beginning when everybody was like, posting about I miss my troop and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
Somebody wrote something about I miss watching improv. I was like, are you insane? What's the matter with you? So,
My favorite thing I would see, like Pete Jacobs would always tell like groups like at Go, like, hey, good set. And he's like, he never watches, like as soon as it's
you had your phone out. What are you talking about?
Well, he'll leave the booth physically a lot of times. So. And I mean, people at Ant do that too. But yeah, so so it's fair to say you've kind of almost been, I don't know if enjoyment is the word, but it's like if you become restored, like are you looking forward to when it starts up again, or you're still like, if it starts, it starts?
No, I don't care. I'm with Jake, like what Jake was talking about before, like really struck a chord with me. That sort of like, why are we doing anything? Because this is sort of a weird like carte blanche thing for a hermit like me who's like, yes, I can say no to every invite I get this summer, and nobody, they can judge, but
yeah,
well,
but they can't.
I'm just like, no. Mondays have been a struggle for me for the last few years, just to like come home from work and then like get back up and go play the show. But I think when you've played like 10,000 sets,
yeah,
you've definitely put in your 10,000 hours. That's for sure.
Had lots of guys come off the back line with fart jokes when I was in the middle of something brilliant. So I need to do that anymore.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I never have.
That's my go-to.
Yeah. I should mention Margaret and I are also on the same home team for people that don't know.
We
By
are
the grace
teammates.
of Margaret, I am on the home team.
Yeah.
And I won't ask you how to get on the home team because, what does it matter?
Practice.
Yeah. But speaking of guys farting on the back line, let's talk about your new show.
Hey, girl.
Classic segue.
It's called Hey Girl, and tell us a little bit about what it's about.
So it's all really just starting off and coming together.
Yeah.
It's going to be, at least for now, a monthly show that celebrates women in comedy. Mm-hmm. And, I don't want it to turn into a bitch fest, which could be very easy because you guys super suck. But
it's true.
Other than Kate and
so true.
But I also really want to like lift women up. I think that, it takes a very strong, special kind of woman to survive in this environment and to thrive in this environment. So actually, I think it was Caitlin when I did Mike and Andy's show was asking questions specifically about being like a woman improviser. And I was like, man, I never get those kind of questions. And I don't know that there's a lot of formats for people to ask those kind of questions. So pretty much all because of Caitlin.
Oh,
yeah, Caitlin.
Oh, wow, you're the muse.
Because I'm like super insecure and like guys like to talk over me all the time, or they like don't like it when I come out as a man.
I was in a particularly spicy mood that day too, so like you really fed my fire in a really great way. Because I was with Andy and Mike, and I don't care what they have to say.
You were just using them.
I was like, all the time. But.
Also, if you have questions or comments for Margaret, you can leave them in the chat on YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah.
So, talking more about the show, who do you have lined up for as your initial guests? And you're gonna have like a rotating cast, and it's gonna be live. I should mention, live streaming, just like this.
Yes, live streaming. I'm so totally excited about my first panel. It's kind of insane. Shantira Jackson. And Nancy Hayden and Susan Messing. It's a A-list.
Yeah, that is a hot set right there of some.
When those yeses came in, I was really excited.
Yeah.
And now I just have to figure out what to say.
Did you get turned down by anybody big? Ellen DeGeneres?
No, but I didn't know all that stuff about Ellen.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You should look it up. It's unbelievable.
Sad.
I was. You were talking about it.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
Because you always think of her like, what's that?
I said this chat was news to me as well.
Oh.
So
You just hear of her like giving money to schools that need it and people that are cute in videos and stuff. And she seems, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an amazing panel. Nobody said no. I got my first pick, and then I'm just gonna keep seeing who I can get.
So are you going to stick to like a straight agenda, or meaning plan out what you're going to talk about, or is it going to be like conversational and seat of the pants?
Tony
like
knows
this?
I have no plan. You shit. No.
Don't break the illusion, Margaret.
We never spoke before today.
Yeah.
No, actually, it'll be. I'll have a few basic things planned out, and then Kate and I have been talking about maybe getting together some questions from the general populace to see what they want to know from these ladies. That wasn't meant to put pressure.
I have been working on it, ma'am. Please.
I believe you.
That was the whole reason for this episode, just for Margaret to yell at Kate.
This was just an intervention.
Yeah, yeah. You need those questions.
I'm working hard, okay, up until 4:00 in the morning every day.
Oh, honey. But honestly, I want it to be fun. And really like a chance for me to just talk to these awesome ladies.
Yeah. And Tira's great. When she came both years to the Detroit Women of Comedy, and she was just so enthusiastic, and her sets she's just great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's definitely one of my favorite women in comedy is Shantira, so I'm really excited.
Well, the funny thing was I sort of just got to know her from Twitter. Like her tweets just kept showing up in my feed, and I was like, this woman's hilarious. And then I was like a Twitter fan, and then she came to the Women of Comedy Festival. I was like, oh, I always forget like how small the comedy world is,
Yeah.
and that we always know somebody who knows somebody. So it was one of those like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's great. She's one
tweets.
of the writers on the new Saved by the Bell reboot too.
Yeah. And she was writing on that Busy Phillips show.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that either. There's a new Saved by the Bell?
Yeah,
it's like you might actually tune in, even though it's a show for chicks.
Yeah.
So, I read romance novels, or I used to.
I know you do.
Confession.
This is real, right?
Yes, it's a real
I read
thing.
romance novels.
Okay.
The show or his reading romance novel?
They're both real.
Yes.
Well, it was just, as a young Indian boy in India, or my grandma's farm on the summers, the only English books I could find were romance novels. So I've read quite a few.
Is this true?
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jackie Collins, Sidney Sheldon. Shout out. What?
I love this story. You've never told me before.
What?
Nora, what's her face?
I almost said Efron. Nora Roberts.
Yeah, Nora Roberts.
She's the queen.
Good lover.
She's the queen.
Yeah.
What's so funny is I got a message from Andy Reid not that long ago from the home team saying, because I had bored him after one of our sets, not bored, but I had talked to him for like a half an hour about how there was a diversity and inclusion problem. I think you were there too, Tony, in the world of romance novels. And it was like really bad. And it had blown up like around the holidays last year. And like everything, romance tends to be a little ahead of the curve. So, and then now these articles are coming out in like very, national and accessible, publications about it. And he had read an article about it and he was like, oh my God, like it was one of those, like, it's totally true. You were right. I was like, I wasn't making it up. I'm not gonna have to spout off about DEI and romance world just to bore you. Like,
and we should mention,
go ahead.
We should, let me cut you off.
Cool.
While you're talking about
I
women.
feel like supported guest.
What, you're also a writer yourself of romance novels.
Yes.
So
none that are published.
Hey, you're going to get there.
Yeah. And I just started writing a fantasy one last week.
Oh,
quarantine.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've written plays and novels, and I have screenplays and then some shorts.
And some plays have come, they have been at the Ant.
Won a Wild Award for a play.
Yeah. I like the casualness.
2013,
won a Wild Award. Is that what I see on the shelf behind you? Is it up
It
there?
actually is in the writing den.
So I know you said you want the show. Oh, there we go. I know you said you want the show to be more about holding up women, and as opposed to like complaining about men. But one thing we talked about in the pre-interview, which you just blew the lid off of a couple minutes ago,
Come on, man.
is that
quarantine.
you're
People know this shit
listed
happens.
you're listed on like Planet Ant, like for women, like if you feel like you're being harassed or uncomfortable, you can call you. And can you share with us how many calls you've received ever?
0.
Yeah.
0. I have never been called.
Why do you think that is? Because there's certainly stories that go around, but also, about what?
I think people just think I'm such a bitch. They don't want to call. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I just, try to imagine even just in like, let's say you're in your work situation and there's something that's like HR worthy. Think about how much you go back and forth about whether or not to like, because we have like an anonymous tip line at work, and there's been probably 10 times, well, not 10, but a handful of times where I'm like, is this worthy of that? Is this worthy of that? And I always say no.
Oh, really?
So I wonder, I've gotten 0 calls, but I wonder how many times people came close.
Yeah.
And also it sounds like the Detroit scene is a little bit, you hear so many things, especially during the festivals, like Chicago and LA and a little bit of New York versus Detroit. And it seems like the scene is a little bit different in terms of that.
As I was thinking about this show coming up, I was thinking about the guys that I've worked with over the years in the scene that we have. And I'm not saying they're all perfect. There's plenty of, there's a handful of creeps, but for the most part, I feel like Detroit guys get it,
Kate, do you disagree? You kind of screwed your head almost completely around when I said that. The scene is different.
I was listening like a dog does when they're listening. They go, huh? But I agree because I've worked, I've worked both in New York and in Detroit, and I find that the New York boys are much creepier. I guess you would say far creepier.
I think too, when you're not a magnet town like New York or Chicago or LA, people aren't moving here to do improv, right? So you just kind of got the people that are here, and they're Midwesterners.
We never know now. We got so many theaters closing.
Shit, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that a few weeks ago. How we were hoping that Detroit might become the new hub since Chicago's canceled.
It could be. It could be. That's the weird thing. As all these scandals emerge with all these spaces, I keep taking mental inventory, and sure, I have plenty of cringe moments in my past of shit I've said or written or whatever. I did comedy in the 90s, like you were saying, Kate. Plenty of it. It doesn't age. But there's a lot of boxes I feel like I tick that are we did all right. Detroit Second City was dedicated diversity. There were times when we're half the cast was people of color. So that scanned, but I don't know. I feel like we do okay. We're Midwestern, hardworking, people who don't take each other's shit very much. So I think you get called out.
That's the thing I was going to say. A lot of times when there have been situations, I have felt safe enough to speak up when I've been like, yo, that was shitty what you just did. And a lot of time it would be corrected. So
yep,
that's a good thing.
Yeah. I just I want the new women to coming in now to know that it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? You don't have to do things. It's important to me that they know that their teachers are their teachers and they don't have to, go on dates. Cause I still hear that, not from Planet Ant or our community or really Go or anything like that, but just stories that you hear about, new girls coming in feeling pressured and stuff like that. And I just want to know, you don't have to, because I can guarantee you, especially with these 3 women here, that we will fuck somebody up.
Girl. Yes.
Fuck them up.
Here's the other thing, and this is probably going to be repeat if you listen on Saturday, but one of the big things that was an interesting turning point for me was when I became, the other woman left and I was the veteran person in the cast at Second City, the producer called me in the office you're the veteran now. you're going to need to lead and be an example and blah, blah, blah. And at 22 or 3 or whatever, that to me said, pick every fight. Like, be a trifling bee and don't let any balls go past you, And so then every time we're in the back, like, as a strong woman, and everyone hates you. And, so I think there's a happy medium. Like, you don't have to be the guy's guy necessarily, which I already was. I'm a tomboy, but
yeah,
you don't have to be like, I need to argue that.
Yeah.
Every time.
So yeah, I'm excited to see the show. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, how do you feel about the B word? Are you a fan of it? We were talking about this last week, right? Or a few weeks ago.
I feel like I vacillate. I feel like I can kind of, I'm not proud, be selectively indignant about it. Sometimes it feels really good. I don't really call like other no, that's a lie. I don't call other women that, but I do. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe I'll steal
I just like to say it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I like to say it too.
Feels great.
That Key and Peele scene, right?
I said. So this is going to be a monthly deal, the show, you think, to start out?
Yeah. I mean, I only have this first one planned, but I know myself, and I don't have weekly in me, so.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. It debuts soon, August 1st.
Saturday.
Yeah. What time?
At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock on all the Planet Ant streaming channels, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch. And yeah, I'm excited to see it. And
we have women producers.
Oh.
Isn't that exciting?
We also have women producers.
Yeah. I'm happy. Yay, more.
Kate, what's with your head again? You're one of the producers.
I know. Both of you were like,
I was confused for a
does
second.
stuff. Yeah.
We also have a ton of women behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hired them from Ellen DeGeneres' staff. So.
No, we don't.
Way in some other galaxy far away behind Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, I laughed because it was difficult. Like the first step I did was like, I have this idea for a show. Who's doing streaming stuff? Let me talk to Mike. Why am I asking a guy for permission to do a show?
I know, right?
And I was like, Mike, who do you know that's a woman that can run my show? So he hooked me up. So
yeah. Well, thanks so much for being on, Margaret. That was awesome to have you.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys. I miss you all.
Yeah, I miss you too. I miss watching improv. How about you?
You know, the last improv show I went to was Margaret's, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like
when
a
you were
Monday?
out here. No, when you were out here in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time I had a good time. So
oh, so sad.
Aww.
No, that was a really fun. It was a really great show, but it was also a fun. Like it kind of brought all the Detroit people together. So
that was kind of like a little reunion.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Really fun.
All right. Well, thanks so much again. Thanks so much for being on.
Thanks,
Catch Hey Gurl, 7 p.m. this Saturday on Planet Ant. Bye, girl.
So excited.
Am I allowed to say that?
Okay.
Just not by bitch.
Okay. Oh, I really want to say it now. I bet I won't. Okay, I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna get canceled.
You're so canceled.
Okay. All right.
Big challenge.
Oh.
Big
now we're back.
Yeah.
Why are we on speaker view?
We are? No, now we're on regular view, aren't we?
No, it's you.
Speaker view.
No, it's
now. Wait, there we
you got to click it on your own computers, guys. We're fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That's weird. All right. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, why don't we? Any thoughts? Anyone like Afterglow? I know everybody was very excited to have Margaret on.
A little thing when I was taking classes, I hadn't gone to a Monday night yet because I was too nervous. But Mark Soboleski was my Intro 1 teacher. And he was like, I'm going to the Grand Rapids Improv Festival, doing a duo with Margaret or whatever, and we were going to see something else. So the first Planet Ant improv I saw was at the Grand Rapids Improv Festival with Margaret as Mars.
Wow, that's a high bar.
Yeah, that's
I'm so sad.
Before I went to a Monday night, and then I went to a Monday the following.
Yeah.
She was in the first. I'm sorry, Kate. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's you're gonna regret it. But the first live comedy show I ever saw was at Second City, Detroit. I was like 13. My dad took me, And the cast was Margaret, Keegan-Michael Key, Josh and Naima Funk, and that one
Damn.
guy that went on to do the Jim Belushi sitcom.
Oh, Larry Joe Campbell?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and my apologies to him for referring to him as that. I just didn't remember his name. But it was great. Like they had, there was a music director there on the piano, and I was enamored. It was great.
Oh,
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
Well, Nick, prepare to be enamored by our next guest. Kyle, why don't you introduce them?
Well, our next guest is the band Broadway Calls. They have a new record called "Sad in the City" that just came out, and they're old friends of mine. And this is gonna be our first full band
Yeah.
interview.
What's up, guys?
Performance. Hey guys.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Awesome.
How's it going?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. Good to see you guys. So, I guess I'll start with a little backstory on our friendship. We met in Europe. We did, or I think the UK Europe tour in 2009, and so we were both opening for a band called Set Your Goals, and then our van broke down in Belgium. And then for the rest of the tour, we hopped in your van and we got very cozy and very close. And then we had to hang out and sleep at the same places every day. And it was awesome. And we watched a lot of Tim and Eric in the van and became good friends.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was 2009?
Yeah, December 2009 or so. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And Adam, I don't know you. You weren't there. But and so when we were putting together this show, I sent Ty the flyer, and he's like, "Can you put our names on it because Adam can't make it, and we don't want to hurt his feelings," and which was really nice. But then you're here.
You're always looking out for my feelings. It's great.
Yeah, I love friends that look out for their friends' feelings.
Yeah.
And but then it was a surprise when you were here, so I could have just put Broadway Calls on
but they said put the bros in the pros. That's what they told me. I was like, wow, it's very very clever.
Wow, Tony, you haven't had that many people laugh at one of your jokes in so long.
They don't know me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I meant because there's people, more than one person there.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you meant, Kate?
Yeah, because usually we only have one musician.
Yeah,
Forget it.
More than two.
Yeah, but now it backfires because now they're outshining you by having their names on the flyer and yours is not there. So,
but you're in the show description, so don't worry.
Yeah, we did the best we could.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, good. So you guys just have a new record coming out called "Sad in the City," and it's very good.
Yeah, came out. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very weird time to put out a record, but also maybe a good time because people are just home listening to records. So,
Yeah.
What else do they have to do?
right.
I don't have anything else to do.
How long ago did you record that?
We recorded that
This December. I
first
think.
week of December down in the Bay Area with Scott Goodrich.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You know Scott? I don't know.
I don't think so,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I'd like to know him if he's your friend.
You'd know him if you saw him.
Okay. Well, yeah. Send me a pic later. I'll tell you.
Yeah. We'll get you hooked up and stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys are in Washington right now, Newcastle, Washington.
Yeah, Castle Rock.
Close, yeah.
Oh, Castle Rock. Sorry, I get Stephen King and beers mixed up.
We'll do it.
So, how are you seeing each other pretty often during Corona and stuff? Because somewhere you're all originally from the Portland area, right?
We're from Rainier and Longview, which is right across the river from each other, but they're in different states.
Oh,
Josh and I are
okay.
from Rainier, Adam from Longview, Washington.
Yeah.
But it's 45 minutes.
We're all collectively where we were born, grew up, or live now. It's all within a 30 to 40 minute bubble.
Okay.
So yeah, we
It's
still
all
see each
in
other.
this area. Yeah.
We still hang out once a week or so. That's why
Yeah.
we're not afraid of each other's terms.
Not strangers.
That's good. You're in each other's bubble. That's nice. Is that a garage you're in right now?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it used to be a garage. Now it's a
punk haven.
It's a rock room.
Yeah, rock and roll room. So, being so close to Portland, we were talking about a little earlier. You guys have been involved with the protests a little bit and know what tear gas feels like.
Yeah, it sucks. It hurts really bad. It makes you tear up. Makes your face go crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal. I mean, but it's awesome because it's not slowing down. It seems like just even.
Oh yeah.
Is last night.
Yeah.
It's weird times in the city. I work down there still, so like.
Oh really?
Try to go down there after work, which is like 3 nights a week, but it sucks. I don't have the equipment. I don't have any kind of gas mask or anything like that. It's gnarly.
That sucks.
Yeah. Nick, you were tear gas too, right? In
Yeah,
Detroit?
a couple times. It's unpleasant to say the least. They call it tear gas for a reason. Am I right, fellas?
Luckily, I have not experienced it, but still time.
Yeah, you should give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll hook you up. Come up here sometime.
Yeah. So this is exciting. This is our first full band performance on the show. So you guys want to play the song for us?
Yeah.
You want us to play one and then stop, or play them two, or what?
Let's play one and stop, and then we'll talk again. Or you have to adjust the thing. Do you just want to do 2 in a row?
I think we can.
He was at like 50% on that.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we can do it.
Yeah, now.
All right.
Oh, something like that. Hey.
Cool.
I don't know.
Excited for this. Well, Broadway calls. Take it away.
We're gonna play a song called "Sad in the City." It's the title track of our new record.
Everyone's at the city.
What do you think?
All right.
Awesome.
History made. First band performance on Boxed In with Friends. That was awesome, guys.
Yeah. Thank
How
you.
feel?
Yeah, sounded great.
Oh, good.
We're it's 100 degrees here today, which is not normal.
Oh, wow, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so extra toasty in the
Yeah,
garage.
it feels great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the song and what inspired you to write it?
Yeah, I mean that song, it's pretty violent. The lyrics, which was kind of inspired by like an old country song, like kind of like I was thinking about like how Johnny Cash, would write about killing people and stuff, and I was like, why isn't there any of that in pop punk? so we're writing some angry, violent protest songs to see how that works, and it seems to be what people want to hear at the moment, at least from us.
Nice. So it wasn't about you being sad that the city closed the Paris Theater, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was devastating.
Yeah. No, for everyone else, Paris Theater was a sex theater in Portland, pretty infamous, right next to the donut shop.
And I assume you've been there, Kyle?
I dabbled.
We actually played there in our old band.
Yeah, it used to be a punk venue.
Yeah,
wow.
I heard it's a venue again.
Now it's just shut down. Like that building is like getting torn down, I think.
Yeah, I think that's for the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think, Kyle, you might have showed us a picture, of you like in the audience there or something at a strip
Nope.
club.
I don't think cameras are allowed in there.
Oh,
So.
okay. It must have been a different strip club.
Yeah, well, I'm not much of a strip club enthusiast, so. I don't know.
I remember seeing that though.
Yeah. Well, it's circling the internet somewhere. So no,
Just club and more of like a adventure club.
Yeah, it's like there's
Yeah.
choose your own adventure sort of thing. Like you take this door, who knows what happens.
I think fireworks taught me about that. I didn't know that was going on in that building until you guys told me about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We went and got donuts, and then we were like, "What is going on in this building that has all the windows blacked out and stuff?" And then we walk inside, and the guy was like, "Here's a student discount," and we're like, "Okay." And then we saw some people having sex, and we're like, "Okay, I don't think."
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought, wow, that's way beyond what I thought was going on.
Yep. And then we're like, "Okay, we need to leave."
I was talking about that SEX.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is so it was a protest song, not that.
Serious.
A serious protest song.
Do you guys find that are you jamming together more or less during all this?
Probably less, but not by much. I bet it is still less. Yeah, you didn't get any mixer in that. That was just vodka and whatever's left over. He's doing it. Yeah.
I thought that was melted ice.
No, yeah. Nope. A little bit.
Yeah.
No, it's like not as much, but
Well, before this, we were practicing to write the record.
yeah. So
we were writing mode.
it was at least once a week, and now we're back to once a week, kind of. So.
Were there talks about like delaying the rollout of it or the release with the label and stuff, or what to do because of the current situation?
Yeah, we were kind of texting each other like a month and a half before the record was supposed to come out. Like, fuck, what do we do now?
Mm-hmm.
But the guy who runs the label that we're on, Toby from Chicago. I don't know if you know Red Scare from Chicago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was like, no, we got to put it out now because the lyrics are about what's happening right now, even though it was written last year kind of deal. So he talked us into it, and it's weird to not play any shows, put a record out, but it's also, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now with everything that's going on in Portland. If I was on tour and saw what was happening in Portland, I'd be like, fuck, I need to be home right now,
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm fine with being home.
Right. Did you have to cancel any tours or anything?
A couple shows, not necessarily. We did cancel a tour. Yeah.
We were supposed to go to Europe with the Flatliners.
Oh wow.
I got canceled. Like.
Yeah, well, that's a bummer. That would have been a good tour.
We had some shows with Nerf Herder scheduled.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Yeah.
What's that?
I canceled. Yeah.
Mm.
We had another tour that wasn't announced that we had to. We'd be leaving in like a week. You know.
Yeah, it sucks, but
we had a lot of this year planned out, and then just kind of had to scrap it. But
after taking 7 years off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7-year break. We finally planned out a whole year, and then we had to cancel all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to go to one more year, and we're good.
Now, you weren't completely inactive for those 7 years, right? Or was it?
We play shows whenever somebody asks us to.
We did shows. We did tours. I mean, we did tours. We did a whole bunch of stuff. But it was all a lot of one-off shows and things like that. So.
Yeah, we never broke up.
Yeah, we didn't break up. It's funny because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, they're cool. The band's back together." Like, no, we're still together. We're just old. It's just we're just in our 30s and
late 30s.
We got fat and have kids now. So no, we never broke up. It's just other stuff happened. So
were you still writing music at that time or no?
In a
the
couple
7 years?
Yeah, in a couple different bands. We did not for this band. Yeah, not really. We started writing this record probably 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, they were in a country band called Wonderly Road, and I was in a hardcore band called Dead Tropics. It was just like making music for fun.
Yeah, it was like the same family for the most part. It's just doing other stuff. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I know how that goes. You guys want to play another song for us?
Yeah, I think we're gonna play the first song on the record, called "Never Take Us Alive." Let me adjust this thing real quick.
Awesome. Take it away.
If my country collapses, can I crash on your couch? You think I'm hyper-inspired? Wish I was fucking around. So tell me what I was waiting for the next of the year. When you laugh at myself, yeah. If I try, I'll feel. Well, I know it's not alright. Feeling bleeding on a cold dark night. You know what's wrong, and you know they're right outside. Never take us alive. Never take us alive. Never take us. Never take us. Never take us alive. Never take us. Never take us alive. Never I see you surging. When you step on a town. Got yourself off the resting. You're fucking bringing me down. And I said no, it's not alright. In my cold dark night, we know what's wrong, we know that right outside. So never take us alive, never take us alive. Never take us, never take us, never take us alive. Never take us, never take us alive. I got you alive, and I got you on the couch. You think I'm like a ball, you're not fucking around. Never take us alive, I wouldn't let them. Never take us, never take us. Never take us alive, I wouldn't let them. Never take us,
All right.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
And also for everybody watching, if you want to hear higher fidelity versions of what you heard today, we have the Spotify links in YouTube and Facebook. But that sounded great. I mean, this is for our first band performance. It was great. Have you guys done anything like this?
No, we've never done a full band live stream before.
This is the first time doing anything since like the record's been out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is our record release.
Yeah, this is your record release party.
Nice. You got 6 people in the audience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've done worse.
No, there'll be more online, guys.
Yeah,
This is gonna be huge now that it's announced that it's your release party. This is going in the archives. No, that was great. That's what's that song about?
Well, just this. Like, we're going to hang out in this garage for the rest of the summer. Videos and...
This is the best we've done, and this is the best we're going to do. So
yeah, we just have to make a bunch of videos, and we have to write some more songs, I guess. That's really what's next. Is Kyle.
Yeah. You have another album by the time quarantine ends.
Yeah. Have you guys talked about when you'll feel safe to like go like play shows again or anything like that?
Do we feel safe or we?
No, I mean, have you said like when this happens, then I'll feel okay about like like when there's a vaccine, I'll feel safe about playing, or you haven't talked about it?
Yeah, we haven't really got there. I mean, I wouldn't want to get on a plane or anything.
Yeah.
I can't imagine wanting to leave anytime soon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a general consensus when the
people will come to this garage, we'd be set. But
yeah. But yeah, I feel it's like a general consensus when the community agrees that it's okay to play some shows.
Yeah.
Although there are a few rogue artists right now.
It's not really up to us, yeah.
That's gonna be wild though. Like people are just gonna be touring the Midwest, the spots we avoided when we did tour.
Right.
Like the first things open.
Yeah, just South Dakota tours.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
Like Louisiana, Georgia, all these.
I like that area between like Denver and Chicago. It's best for the shows.
Yeah. Between Denver and Miami. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, that was awesome, guys.
That was awesome. Hopefully, when this all clears up, we can see each other in person.
Yeah, we'll have to do like a live reunion show with all the bands we've had on.
Yeah. I need to get up to Portland. I'm gonna shout out our mutual friend Tracker right now.
Oh yeah.
I need to see him, but I hate him. I love him though.
Yeah. Solid dude that we hate.
Yeah. Best dude to hate.
Yeah. The best guy that we don't like. Yeah.
No, I love you, Tracker. You're not watching. You don't care about us.
He only cares about his own podcast.
Yeah.
Well, Broadway calls. Thanks a lot, guys, for being on. Check out their stuff on Spotify and whatever you can find streaming music, and maybe physical. Or you have vinyl editions coming out or available?
Yeah, if go to redscare.net. I don't know. Just look at Red Scare Records on Red Scare Industries on the internet. I'll have that stuff up there.
All right.
Sorry, I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're all figuring it out as we go along. So, Broadway calls. Thanks for being on, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Great seeing you guys.
Guys.
All right, man. We are surpassing technical hurdles every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to you, Tony.
Oh, yeah. And Kyle, and actually the band did a lot behind the scenes. Like they had just gotten this interface, and they never even tried it, and they just said, "Yeah, let's try it," and then they plugged it in. So, we thought for a second we might not have anything to perform, you know. So
Yeah.
So big thanks to them, and thanks to them and Nick and everyone taking part in the protests and stuff. That's important to keep that in the public eye and not, you know, become desensitized to it.
Don't ever thank me for it. I just wanted to say that was a bitchin' solo on the second song.
Yeah.
The fellow with the
Yeah.
Telecaster. I love to hear. I love solos, and they seem to have fallen out of fashion, but I love them.
Yeah, I think like the grunge era, like Nirvana, like, and all them, like, because it was such hair metal, like it was like, you know, arpeggios and like riffs, like everybody trying to be Eddie Van Halen, and then
Some of it was not too bad. I'm thinking of the Neat Records, the UK guys that all those bands stole from, like Poison and shit. But some of those records have some amazing solos.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it. So, you know, the punks kind of kept it alive every now and then.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You'll tune in next week. Thanks to people watching. Tom Schultz, very active in the comments. Shout out to Mark Evan Jackson, who joined for a little bit.
Wait, we do have a question. Tom Schultz said, "Hey Jacob, I've been watching almost the whole interview. What are you drinking?"
What am I drinking? Orange juice mixed with something.
I was gonna say, I know it's orange juice, but is there something in it?
Flavor powder.
Probably, yeah, like an immunity boost.
There it is.
Cognac, I knew it.
It is the Hennessy.
And Tom Shaw, Tom Shaw, appreciate you, man. Like you just, you know me. You be up on what I'm doing, man. I was just talking to Tom. Tom was just he shouted us out on Mask Off Friday, talking about how first time we met, we talked about Martin, and that was funny. That was a long story, but
Amber guessed correctly. It was Hennessy. Shout out to Amber.
They're just taking bets on what you're drinking.
Yeah.
But who else taking bets on what I'm drinking?
Tom and Amber, couples bets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Amber, what up, though?
I've never seen you drink anything but cognac, Jacob.
I know.
That would have been my guess.
Hennessy and Crown. I've seen him drink all the whiskey.
Oh, a little Canadian whiskey.
I've seen Jake drink beer.
I have.
Yeah,
I've never seen beer.
Tony's giving me beer. He's giving me
Two Hearted
and shit.
Yeah, I bought you a couple beers in my day, you know.
Yeah.
Diff is usually the only time I see you drinking beer.
I'm either super like I either drink like a super hood drink or a super white drink.
Nothing in the middle.
Hennessy or Martell cognac, or is Two Hearted and
All right.
Big fan.
Well, let's wrap it up, guys. It was a great show. I enjoyed it. Thanks to Margaret Edwartowski and Broadway Calls. And thanks to all you guys, Kyle, Caitlin, Nick, Jacob, Kate, Andy in absentia, working out her house issues. But
thank you, Tony.
Thank you,
Tony.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you're welcome. I don't know. I'm bad with praise. Anyway,
no, really though. Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. It makes a difference to us, and we hope we make a difference in this weird time. I can't believe we've done 18 episodes. That is shocking.
Wild. That's
wild. Big really, 2-0s coming
really
up.
Keeping me on my toes on how long this has been going on.
Yeah, I know. It's like hard to forget. I'm like, Well, Kyle said we have to do something for 20. I don't know what. Come up with a vaccine, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, good night, everybody.